there, my name is Maggie Kelly. I'm the Communications Director for the Estacada School District, and I'm joined here today by our Executive Director of Operations, Mike Ware, and we are talking about our capital improvements, and we're going over some capital improvements that we will be doing over the summer, namely portables. So Mike, we're joined here at one of our portables. Could you kind of talk a little bit about what our summer plans are for portable buildings?
Yeah, sure, thank you. One of the reasons why we're looking at portable units for our school district is because our elementary schools are at capacity. Our River Mills building is at 100% capacity for classroom use. So what we're looking at doing is renovating this portable unit and moving it over to the River Mill boundaries so that we can house students in the classrooms.
Okay, and now is this the only portable that we will be utilizing, or will we be purchasing additional units to house our students?
Yeah, good question. We are purchasing a brand new unit for approximately $194,000. That is being built as we speak right now. It's a brand new unit, so that won't be here till about late August, early September. That's why we're working on this unit here right now to renovate and have it ready by the start of the school year.
Okay, so talk to me a little bit about cost. What will the full cost of this project look like, and where will those funds come from?
Right, we're utilizing ESTR funds to be able to support these projects. Ultimately, we're not going to exceed $600,000, but this project here, for the portable here, is we're estimating about $40,000 to renovate, to move, and get utilities hooked up. Like I mentioned earlier, the brand new portable is $194,000. Again, that's for building and moving over here, and then we will need to install utilities such as water and electricity.
Now, you mentioned ESTR funds. Could you tell me a little bit about what those are for people that might not be aware of what ESTR funds are?
Sure, ESTR funds are the federal relief funds that are given to school districts in response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
And that makes sense because, you know, as we deal with capacity issues, that's one of the things that prevented us from bringing all of our students back on campus this year. Could you talk a little bit about what that has looked like capacity-wise dealing with COVID?
Yeah, because of the COVID restrictions, we are at 3 feet per student in the classroom. However, when we start to go into meal service, individuals like students have to be 6 feet apart, and we still have to maintain 6-foot distancing from our adults. That has put a constraint on our elementary schools, again, knowing that our capacity at the classrooms are 100%. So when we talk about day-to-day operations, having meal service, recess, and classroom operations, we're really bursting at the seams, if you will, with our capacity.
Could you also talk to me a little bit more about, is this our only option? I mean, portables, you know, it can be a little difficult for student learning. What would it cost to, say, build more classroom space, build an annex building like we currently have at River Mill Elementary?
Yeah, good question. We looked at those costs and we estimated about $3.9 million to purchase a building the size of the River Mill Annex. The other constraint that we have is the schedule of it. If we wanted to start and break ground today, we would not be ready by the beginning of the school year to house those students in a classroom.
Wow, I mean, $3.9 million is a significant amount of funds, and that would be, you know, pulled from our students' educational funding. So another question I have is, what about Eagle Creek Elementary? Why have we made the choice to expand our current elementaries?
Well, Eagle Creek is a great partner with our Summit Learning Charter Center, and we continue to want to have that strong partnership with them, and it's been a very good funding source for our school district as well. So at this time, we don't plan on expanding out there to Eagle Creek Elementary.
Okay, excellent. And then talk to me a little bit about timeline. When will people start to see the new portable come in, this portable move over to River Mill, and where is it going to go?
So timeline-wise is that we're going to be starting the construction on renovation starting next week. Because of the amount of need on moving portables around the state, we won't be moving this portable till about early August and then putting it in place. We also have to do some prep on the location. So in front of River Mill Elementary School, where the old playground used to be next to the softball field, that's where the 2 units will go. It used to be an old playground, so we have to dig up all those bark chips and install proper dirt and a good base to install these large units on. So that's the location of the 2 right in front of River Mill and the old playground area.
Okay, now could you talk to me a little bit more about what does the learning experience look like in these facilities? Are they going to be safe? Do they have plumbing? Do they have AC? What does that look like? Is this a learning disruption for students?
In my opinion, no, it's not a learning disruption. It is going to be safe. We'll integrate it with our fire and life systems, so making sure that our fire alarms and access control will be integrated. There will be plumbing. This unit itself will not have restrooms. The new unit will have a restroom, so there will be some inconvenience at some level. But at the most part, it's a conducive learning environment for our students.
Yeah, and when we talk about our older facilities, our students are already having to face some logistical difficulties when it comes to our older classrooms that are not fitted with the necessary things for comfortability, like AC, heat, those sort of things. So I think that's something important to bring up as well. Well, great. Could you just cover really quickly again what capacity looks like at really all of our buildings? How many classrooms are available? What is our capacity looking like?
Sure. River Mill Elementary, again, we're at 100% capacity. We have no available classrooms. Our Clackamas River Elementary Schools, we have approximately 2 to 3 classrooms available. But again, with the projected enrollment, may push us to that 100% capacity. Our Estacada Middle School, again, is at capacity right now. We're seeing a surge from those elementary kids going into the middle school. And right now, our high school has a little bit more flexibility, a little more space, but we're currently using some of that space right now for special services, support services for the district.
All right, well, thank you for taking us on a tour of the portable buildings as we work to accommodate growth in our schools and provide a great learning environment for our students with limited resources. I appreciate it.
Thank you.